How's it going, pirates? It's been a while, but I'm back with another video, and boy, do we have some goodies to show off today. Oh, yeah. So, over the course of the last couple of days, I received some goodies, and let's go through them and see what we got. So, right here, we have Maximilian from the Black Hole movie. And this is the 3.75-inch version. There's also a 6-inch version of this, but this was actually a better price and looks really cool, and I can't wait to get into that. And then we also have Bob. This is again the 3.75-inch version. Seems kind of big to me, but I'm not complaining for the price that I got it for. It's a great deal. And because I loved what I did with the Batmobile so much, I decided to get another one. This one was with Batgirl and the Penguin and a Batman figure, and all of it was for less than $30. So that was a good deal. So I decided to get that, and we'll do another custom with that Batmobile. And then this was on sale. So for about just a little over $10, I got this Hawkman ship. So I got two of them. So I'm going to have some extra figures. So I'm going to be making this into my Elfin Starfighter. And I may add some greeblies to it. I may not. I may just leave it as is. And then just add a wash to it, or maybe give it a different paint job so that it reflects more of the Elfin colors. But yeah, the some really good deals, all before Christmas too. And I do have some other things coming in. Hopefully they'll be coming here soon enough. But until then, we'll open some of these up and we'll take a closer look. So here's the Batmobile out of the box, along with the three figures that come with the Batmobile. So we have the Penguin, Batman, and Catwoman. Now they do come with accessories. Batman comes with two batarangs. They're not pictured here because of the fact that I put them away already. She comes with a motorcycle helmet, a unraveled whip, and two claw gloves. And he comes with an umbrella. And they all come with this car. So yeah, not bad for just under $30. Pretty good deal. Pretty decent figures. The only thing I don't like about these figures is that there's no articulation in the hands and there's no articulation in the ankles. Now with Batman, I've already cut off his hands and replaced them with Joy Toy hands. So I don't know if you can really see that. So yeah, I replaced his hands and just use some Joy Toy hands, just so that way he can have some articulation in the wrist. So before he couldn't even turn his hand, now he can actually articulate it. So as you can see, he can bend his hand now. So I'm going to do the same for these two as well to give them some extra hands. I'm going to see if I can find them some feet. I may have to replace the lower part of their legs with maybe either some Star Wars legs or some other 4-inch figures legs that could be swapped and kit bashed with these. So hopefully I can find those. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But so yeah, this Batmobile is the dirty one. So as you can see, it has the dirt on the side. Either way, the vehicle will likely be repainted anyways. I don't know if I'll make this one into a hover vehicle. I may leave it as is, or I might turn it into a Mad Max post-apocalyptic type vehicle. We'll see. We'll see what happens with those. But that's what we got out of the Batman box. Up next up we have Maximilian and Bob. They're both from the movie, the Disney movie, The Black Hole. It's a movie, I believe, from the late 70s, early 80s. I haven't seen it since around that time, so couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. But yeah, they're decent figures. They have nice sculpts. The unfortunate thing is there's a lot of limited articulation, especially with Maximilian, who's supposed to have articulation in the arms. The unfortunate thing is the arms don't move. They don't move forward or back. They do rotate on this axis here, um, but none of the arms are articulated. So none of these can bend up or down. So they're stuck in that position. And as I said, the arm does not move forward or back. The head does turn from side to side. The legs do move. So they do. So if you wanted to put them into a seated position, you can do that. But that's really about it when it comes to articulation, which is a little disappointing, but at the same time, for the price that I paid, it's to be expected. Now, Bob has virtually no articulation. His head does go in and out, so I can push his head down, just like in the movie. The head does go down. It can go down even further, so that you don't see the eyes at all. The unfortunate thing is these little balls don't pop out like they do in the movie. So again, rather limited articulation, but again, for the price that I paid, I can't really complain. So yeah, those are the black hole figures out of their packaging. They look really nice. Um, Maybe a wash might help, but I don't think I'll be doing too much to these figures. They're mainly going to be like background type figures. Bob, I could use more, only because I only really need the head to articulate. It's too bad there's no arms or anything like that. But I'll figure out a use for these guys. So what do we have next? Last but not least. So here's Hawkman and Black Adam out of their packaging. Now, just like the Batman figures, they have very limited articulation. So the arms do move all the way around. There is an elbow bend and a swivel at the elbow. The hands do not swivel or bend. So I will be likely cutting off the hands and replacing them with Joy Toy hands. The heads do spin around. There's very limited articulation going down and up. There's articulation in the knee, so that they do bend at the knee with a swivel as well. No articulation in the ankles. The hips do have, they can bend at the hip. However, it has those really bad swivel joints that you have to turn around in order to get them into like a seated position. Otherwise, it's just, as you can see here, in order to get the legs into like this position here so I can get them to be seated, I have to turn the joint at the hip so that I can put them in this position. So it's doable, but it's just a really weird type of articulation. I don't know why they still use this form of articulation. Really, really bad. And that looks like a very cartoony looking Black Adam. But yeah, those are the figures that come with the vehicle. For the price that I paid, so both vehicles combined cost less than a TVC figure. Just to give you an idea of the pricing, it was about a little over $12, about $13. And here's the ship that it comes with. So it's not a bad looking ship, but again, you're getting what you're paying for. So yeah, it's a fairly cheap plastic. I only had to put the wings on. But it's a fairly nice looking design. It's just a shame that it's so cheap. There's no landing gear whatsoever. So essentially, this is how it sits on a surface. I may take this portion of the wing off and flip it around, only because to me this looks like it should be the other way around, so it should look more like that when it's in flight mode. So yeah, it's a fairly nice looking vehicle. I'm obviously gonna have to add some stuff to it because of the fact that it just looks pretty plain Jane. Definitely gonna have to give it a paint job of some kind. So yeah, these are going to be my Elfin vehicles. So these are gonna be Elf jets, and yeah, they're not bad. So this section here opens up, so you have like a storage space. You can put stuff inside there. So I guess it's supposed to be for passengers. So you can put those inside there. And then the front portion here opens up. So you can put your pilot in there. So as you can see, they wouldn't really be in a seated position. Kind of like sitting upwards. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his legs set. So yeah, so they don't really sit flush in there. Oops. They don't quite sit flush in there, but it's not bad. And like I said, this is going to be my Elfin Starfighter, as I do need to have one that belongs to the elves. So this will be their Starfighters. So I'm gonna have to give it a paint job of some kind, some light blue somewhere. Maybe the light blue metallic paint I might add to this. Maybe paint the whole thing in that color and leave the tips gold. I don't know. Still got to figure that one out. But stay tuned to the channel to see more once I start customizing these in a future, the weekly whip. And until then, that's all I got for you this time.